Hello and welcome to another wonderful experiment today that we are making. It's going to be an experiment and it's leading on from my last wine recipe of coconut wine. Now, I am inspired by one of the comments saying that we could easily turn this wine into a pina colada. The coconut wine I made using coconut milk into a pina colada by simply adding pineapple juice. Now, don't know about you, but I do love a fantastic strong pina colada on a hot sunny day. So I thought, why not try to replicate a pina colada in a wine glass? It would work. The taste would carry through in this divine summer's drink, and I can't wait to make this pina colada wine with you. Now then, this will be a complete experiment. I've not done this recipe before, so please don't take my word that this wine recipe is the fundamental end recipe that will be awesome. It should be awesome, but I haven't tested this wine recipe yet, so it's a pure experiment. So my thinking is that we can start off by getting that sugar dissolved, and for this I'm going to be using 1 kilogram of brown demerara sugar. I chose brown sugar because I want that rummish flavour to come through into the wine, and demerara because it's cheaper than any other type of brown sugar. You've got to watch those pennies, haven't you? So grab yourself your big saucepan that you used to brew up with, and pour in 1 kilogram of your demerara sugar straight into the pot. And now we want to be adding some water to get that wonderful brown sugar dissolved into a lovely sugary syrupy solution. So pour over about a litre of your water onto that lovely brown sugar, and then just gently warm your sugar syrup solution until all that sugar has been dissolved. So whack it on the stove and just bring to a simmer to dissolve the sugar. Fantastic. I am only using 1 kilogram of sugar in this wine because there's sugar added in your pineapple juice, and also I'm using a sweetened coconut milk. And within these 3 cartons there is 360 grams of sugar, which will bring up the sugar content to 1.36 kilograms, which will give you a great wine of about 12%, which is fantastic. So you don't need to add too much sugar if you have sugar from your main source of flavourings. So I'm only adding 1 kilogram and using the rest of the sugar from the other ingredients. Fantastic. And whilst your sugar is simmering away and dissolving into a wonderful, thick, rich, syrupy solution, you want to go and sanitize and sterilize your demijohn, ready to put everything in together and make this flavour wonderful. With your demijohn all clean and sanitized and your sugar syrup solution being all dissolved together and being one harmony of delightful sweetness, oh, the nectar, fantastic. We want to then pour in your juices into the demijohn. Always check for preservatives in the juices you add. You don't add anything with a preservative that you can't get rid of in the fermentation. It might inhibit the yeast and it might add off flavours later on down the line. So grab yourself your demijohn and your funnel and you can begin pouring in your juice into the demijohn. I'm going to go for a combination of 2 litres of coconut milk, sweetened I'm using. You could use unsweetened if you want to, but I think because it's a tropical Caribbean pina colada style summer's drink, I've gone for that added sweetness from the coconuts. So 2 litres of coconut milk and 1 litre of pineapple juice. And with those 3 litres added to your demijohn, you want to pour in your 1 litre of sugar syrup solution straight in, as long as it'll be cool enough not to crack the edges of your demijohn. But when it hits those 3 litres of your juice, your pineapple juice and your coconut milk, it will cool down, so that's not too much of an issue. So pour it straight in. Oh, it's a lovely one, this is. That coconut milk really frothed up when I added it to the pineapple juice. It's just going to be lively, I think. The coconut milk will separate slightly when it starts to ferment because it's reacting to the acidity of the pineapple juice. This is normal, it will settle and it will sort itself out. I have the same issue with the coconut wine milk I've been making previously, as in my last video. So this is going to be awesome. So Piña Colada wine. There's one more ingredient we need to add now to finish off this wine, and that is to add your yeast. I'm going to be adding a general purpose wine yeast because I want to just experiment at the moment and then see later on down the track if I repeat this wine to perfect the recipe, what yeast would work in harmony with those flavours of the tropical pineapple and the coconut. So you can use whatever type of yeast you fancy, but I'm going to sprinkle in some general purpose wine yeast. And of course add some nutrients as well, because it's always good to keep the yeast happy and healthy and thriving and being fervid in their fermentation and really going for it and having a right fine time in there in a party. So once that's added, simply insert your airlock and watch it go wild in the demijohn for a few days. Then you can top it up to the neck and let it carry on fermenting. Once it's finished fermenting, set it aside and let it mature until next summer. And then rack it as and when you need to. And I can't wait to do a taste test of this wine. And I wonder if it's going to be as good as my coconut wine up by here, if you fancy checking it out. And I will see you in the next video for another wonderful, weird, beautiful wine. And you have a good day now. See you soon.